Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and we've got a fun guys weekend planned with this 2025 Ram 2500 HD Power Wagon. I'm taking this along with three of my buddies. We're gonna hitch up the Polaris Razor Pro XP4 onto the back, and we're heading up to Oceano SVRA, Oceano Dunes, I think technically, and we're gonna go have a camping weekend on the water with running into the dunes, some Razor action, and we needed a truck that would do the business. And this is just it, because the Power Wagon is an awesome balance between heavy-duty truck capability, but the comfort and capability of a lifted truck already from the factory. And you can see the bright telltale yellow and blue signs of the Bilstein dampers already equipped in there. We've got 33-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack all-terrain tires on here. Look at the way this exhaust pipe is coming down out the back. We've got a 6 and technically not quite 6.5, 6'4" bed here that is significantly high up above my hips at 5'10". That's going to hold all of our camping gear in here. We've even got 115 volt 400 watt wall style outlet there in case we want to power anything. We've got, of course, the adapters to do all of our trailering. Now, interestingly, the payload is actually surprisingly low on the Power Wagon, only about 1,500 pounds. So we are going to have this thing pretty darn loaded up with the trailer and 4 guys and all of our gear, but we should still be plenty fine. Look at all this clearance, holy cow. These shocks are awesome. The lift on this truck is just absolutely mean, and I think it's going to be the perfect truck for this weekend because it's gonna have the towing capability and hauling capability to get us out there. It's gonna look cool doing it, and then we're gonna be able to have some fun with it on the dunes as well in air-conditioned comfort. As you're looking at it in this flame red color, just under $90,000, but it's got about every bell and whistle you could want on the Power Wagon, including some features I'm really looking forward to trying out, like the trailer backup assist. We've got our way safe hitch we're about to put in there. We've got seats that fold up and fold down and have little cargo compartments under here. Did you all know this? We got cargo compartments under the floor, so you could put things like straps in there or something. Isn't that kind of cool? And then under here as well, it's kind of secured down, but under this side is actually a subwoofer for the 17 speaker Harman Kardon audio system, but there's storage under that seat also. The mirrors actually extend outward, powered, so if you see someone with a new Ram with their trailer mirrors out and they're not towing anything, just know that there's a button that they could pull them right in with. We've got these rock sliders equipped right here, which still kind of get a little bit of a step, which is very nice. And then bringing to life the 6.4 liter Hemi. That's right, if you want a Ram with a V8 motor, you got to step up to an HD now for 2025. And I quite like the inline 6 in the 1500 Ram, but this is refreshing, I should say, to get back in a Ram with the V8 Hemi. 6.4 liter too. Now, some people lament the fact that you can't get the diesel in the Power Wagon, but you got to realize that would even further lower your payload rating. And I know there's something to do with the sizing up front with the winch that's standard in the front as well. So I know that's a restriction, but also just consider, yeah, diesels are cool, but if you're not doing a ton of towing, if you're doing more kind of lifestyle, which the Power Wagon is more geared toward, you're gonna want the gas engine anyway. But you look right here, column shifter. A lot of people did not like the little rotary knob shifter for this year. Now we've got a column shifter, and I gotta say, I do love having a column shifter in my truck. To me, for how silly and ridiculous the Power Wagon might seem looking at it, it actually makes, nice job, buddy. Real good. You didn't see the bright red truck coming at you? Well done. Anyway, the Power Wagon actually makes sense to me in a lot of senses, because more and more 1500 series trucks, half-ton trucks these days, they're becoming more capable from a towing and hauling standpoint, but from the sizing, the small beds and the huge interiors, they're actually a little bit limiting. So if you're actually someone who's going to go out and do real big boy truck activities, the Power Wagon starts to make a little bit more sense, because you realize, oh, I've got more towing capability. I've got more, well, sometimes not more hauling capability because of the suspension, but I don't have to deal with maybe some of the EPA and emissions restrictions that you get with 1500 series trucks. a lot of people buy 1500 series that don't even need that much truck. They would be totally fine with something like a midsize or maybe even smaller, like a Ridgeline or a Maverick, but maybe they need the interior size of that 1500. So for me, if you're gonna own a truck and actually do real truck activities, towing and hauling and using it to its full potential, you're probably gonna just wanna skip right over the 1500 series altogether, get yourself into something like this Power Wagon. But we've got a trailer to pick up, so I'm gonna go hitch it up and head back home and get our Razor loaded in. Now, doesn't that look like a fun weekend right here in front of us? We've got pretty much all the suspension we could ever want, right? We've got the Razor Pro XP. It's sometimes, I guess there's Pro R, Pro S, and this is the Pro XP. It's a turbo model. This is gonna be a whole lot of fun at the Dunes. Check the link below if you wanna see the video on that one. But we can see the Ram Power Wagon not even showing much interest at all. The fact that it's got a trailer on the back. We can see our way safe hitch. 1,000 pounds. That seems like way too much. How do we have that much weight on this hitch? I don't think I can move that back. Do the U-Haul trailers usually have that much weight on the hitch? That seems high. Maybe it's because we're not on level ground or something like that, but I don't think we're supposed to have that much hitch weight on here. Huh. Well, I'm gonna straighten that out at the gas station and double check. The engine being in the back of the side-by-side, I would think there'd be more on there, but I guess there's a lot of trailer in front of the wheels. Huh. I don't know if I like that, because then we're gonna be over our payload on the Power Wagon. But either way, let's do a quick tailgate check. Make sure this opens smoothly with the U-Haul trailer. Yep, should be good for loading up gear. Let's hop on in and go get some fuel for these toys. Now when you have a trailer attached here in the Power Wagon, it automatically detects it with the trailer lights. And I'm looking forward to trying this trailer steering option as well. It also automatically turns off your rear park sense beepers, so I appreciate that. Might as well do tow haul mode, and also I will extend our mirrors, like I said, power those out. Yeah. Help prevent hitting our mailbox. There we go. We have been prompted that we have a trailer on here, and then it actually calibrates the blind spot monitoring for having a trailer. And Rams have had that for a while. I know a lot of other trucks do too, but if you're coming from a much older truck, you might appreciate that. We also have electronic trailer brake right here. You can adjust the gain very easily. Now, obviously this isn't a lot of weight for this truck on the trailer. It's only probably about 2,600 pounds or so with the side-by-side, 25, 26. And then the U-Haul trailer is like, what, maybe 2,000 pounds? So I'm not too concerned about the weight overall of what we're pulling. It's just more a matter of keeping that tongue weight down. All right, I'm gonna throw some gas in these bad boys, and we're gonna pick up the boys and head out for our weekend. Beautiful, cloudy Huntington Beach morning. We got the Power Wagon, we got it hitched up, we got the boys, we've got 6.5 foot bed, nearly, just slightly under, fully stocked with the gear. We're gonna have to hit the grocery store and pick up some food and drinks, but we got the wood in there, we've got the camping gear, we've got the water, we've got supplies for a good weekend. Bill Steen's keeping us well leveled there. Now, like I said, we are actually gonna be pretty close to payload, especially on this rear axle, but I'm confident that the 2500 chassis is gonna be able to handle it. And it does seem that maybe my way safe hitch was either a little out of calibration at first, or just the way the trailer was or something, because now we're much more comfortable. We're down about 500-600 pounds tongue weight right here, which is a lot more where I'd want to be, and has us within spec here in the Power Wagon. We got the Razor up and ready, tightened down, and we even got some surfboards. This is how you get creative with a U-Haul trailer on how to transport your surfboards a few hundred miles. Yeah. I think we're ready to roll, boys. What do you think?
I think we're ready. It's looking good.
Let's hit the dunes.
We're rolling down the road with the windows open wide. Feet on the dash and laughter spilling out inside.
Halfway there, found a spot for the rig. We gotta load up, right? Need some beers, need some blizzies. Nothing like Walmart for that.
Passing signs and rivers, time slips through our hands. Gone with the wind, no need to ever land. Crumbs on the floorboard, tunes always loud. Pictures of sunrise, we make ourselves proud. Sun-kissed adventures, friends side by side. Tonight and tomorrow, we're just along for the ride. We're rolling down the road with the windows open wide. Feet on the dash and laughter spilling out inside. Power wagon humming steady underneath the sky. Heading out nowhere, just watching days go by.
All rested up the next morning. We got the campsite. We had some nice razor action so far. We got the power wagon all settled in, mostly unloaded. Keep some stuff in there. Perfect truck for out here. Absolutely. You can see all that clearance. Had the sway bar disconnected coming through the sand, so it was nice and soft, especially for a heavy duty truck. And other than that, it's just cool, right? I mean, you look at it and you're like, this thing is sweet. It really is. The sun is setting behind us, and we have moved back into a different chaos that is the 405 freeway, but we are back in civilization and away from the beach after a successful trip here with the Power Wagon. Just dropped the guys off. We unloaded all the things out of the back. Again, nice and easy to do with the step back there. The truck has been exactly what I wanted, expected, and hoped for here for this sort of trip. It carried all of us guys, all of our stuff. We had devices charging on the various Type A and Type C charger ports that we've actually got a ton in here. We've got 3 C's and 3 A's plus an aux and an HDMI in for that side screen there, all right up front, and then there's more power points in the back. Stellantis really does a good job, Ram's parent company, in making sure there are power points for everybody around the vehicle. We went up hills and down hills and through corners, and the Ram has done a great job with all of it. Taking a look at our fuel economy, we just got back over 10 mpg. We're sitting at 10.1. That's averaging, well, that was definitely taken down a bit by some of the sand shenanigans that we did, getting this stuck and unstuck and idling it around, idling it while we're refilling the tires and everything. So I bet you for the actual driving portions, we're up closer to 11, towing about 4,500 pounds roughly, side by side, open trailer. So take that as you will. I was a little bit disappointed to find out we didn't have a larger fuel tank. This must be something like a 26 gallon fuel tank, because we put in, it could be a 30 gallon fuel tank, I guess. Actually, it's probably about 30 gallons. We put in 25 gallons into it earlier, I think. So I'd like to have a little bit larger tank, but we were actually, you know what, I guess the more I think on it, we were still able to do one entire leg on a tank of fuel, and then just had to fill up, and we're only down to half a tank now for the leg back. So I guess it's fine. I was just a bit surprised, because I bet you there's an extended tank option. What's been the best for me, though, is just the ease of everything with the Ram. I mean, it's cool, but it's also just the light steering, the relatively thin steering wheel, the good screen location, the way these things slide around, how much space there is and places to put things. It just works. It's a truck that just works, and sometimes I miss that. So I'm going to get back and unload my last things here, take a shower, get cleaned up, and I'll wrap up some of my final thoughts with you at the end of the week with the Ram. Wrapping up a successful week here with the Ram 2500 Power Wagon. We just got out of the Ram 1500 not too long ago, and that truck did so much well, but what it was missing was a charisma, was a character. And that's what the Power Wagon adds just enough of for me to enjoy spending my time with it that much more. And I know it might sound silly, but if you're going to be driving a truck like this, there's two elements to it. There's one, the utilitarian aspect. You need it to do certain things. You either need it to tow so much, carry so many people, carry so much stuff. But then on top of that, there's the aspect of how does it make you feel? And that's where the Power Wagon is just cool. You can't overstate the aspect of that 6.4 liter Hemi, and the lift, and the looks, and the silly lettering, and the bright red paint. It all comes together to add the element that was missing a little bit from the 1500. The 1500 that I drove with the inline 6 and all the bells and whistles inside, it was the Rebel X package, so still capable off-road as well. Very, very competent truck. Nothing wrong with it on paper. It just didn't do much for me. This, I get in it, and the fact that it both does everything I need to, has the technology, has the functionality, has the capability, and then also has that little spice of character sprinkled in there too. Power Wagon up here on the gauge cluster, and the nice interior accent bits, and then the big lifted hood, and then the sound of that motor. It does it. It all adds the whole package for me. Now, it's not to say that the truck hasn't had, I don't want to go as far as to say issues, but that I haven't had qualms with it. And there are a few. So let's just kind of list them off here. First of all, no telescoping steering wheel, and from what I can find, no adjustable pedals. So you're kind of on your own when it comes to fitting, depending on the size of your arms and legs. Next, this little panel underneath the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can see right now we've got it set for our seats, both either heating or venting, and the heated steering wheel, but you can't adjust that while on the fly. And that means if you want to do something like adjust more of your comfort, your climate controls, or do something else, a menu that could be set for here, you can't change that unless you're stopped, so you have to actually leave your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and go to that other screen. Next, and I understand this is part of a package, but that passenger screen. None of us could find any use or functionality with it. We were in this truck for about 10 hours this weekend, if not more, and never once did any of the guys turn that screen on and go, oh, great, this is actually something useful. It was more like, okay, I'd rather just have a place to put my phone there. Or even better, give me a MagSafe charger and kind of holder where I could put either a phone or a tablet, have one of my own personal devices right there in front. That would be a lot more useful. Next, I was surprised to find that this truck has cylinder deactivation. If you can see, as if I just get cruising along right here, easy on the accelerator. Right now, we're in 4-cylinder mode. And that means we've got cylinder deactivation on this truck. And for those of you in the know, cylinder deactivation is not super encouraging when it comes to the longevity of the engine. Now, if you're regularly changing your oil with the factory recommended oil specs, theoretically this could still last a long time. And it's entirely possible that you can disable that with some sort of aftermarket tuner. But this isn't a fuel economy oriented truck. This is not a 1500 series or a midsize or anything. This is a 2500 heavy duty truck. Most people are not going to care about fuel economy. So it's a shame to see that we've got that cylinder deactivation that might save us 1 or 2 mpg throughout our day-to-day driving. But is that really worth the possible issues that would incur later on with our engine? I don't think so. All things considered though, those qualms, fairly minor for so much that this truck does right. It's easy to drive, it's comfortable, the shocks work great. I actually like the integration of a lot of these buttons here on the bottom. The fact we've got trailer gain and tow haul mode and the parking sensor buttons all built there into the screen. The sound system has worked well enough. We were able to bump our tunes driving up to Pismo Beach and back. It towed great. I love the power adjust mirrors and the cameras all around. Definitely been bringing those up. It's a good truck. I was a little disappointed that we weren't able to take it for a little bit more off-roading, test out the suspension a little bit more, and the axle lockers and everything like that. But when we aired the tires down, we were able to motor through all the sand up at Oceano Dunes. So yeah, this truck is cool. I'm glad it exists. There's so much to like about it. And hey, it's the Power Wagon. It's unique. But before we wrap up the review, we do have to put the 2500 Power Wagon on the Daily Motor leaderboard. Oh, and the column shifter. Love having that back. Such an efficient use of space. Current leaders on the Daily Motor leaderboard: Hyundai Santa Fe, Jeep Gladiator, Nissan Armada. For me, this is where we're going with the 2500 Power Wagon. A good bit higher than its 1500 series counterpart. Right here, 12th place behind the Civic Hatchback Hybrid. It's a solid truck, it really is. Obviously, it's niche. It's going to be most enjoyed by people who want a certain image and need a certain capability and use. And the other thing is Ram has plenty of options for you now. They've got the Rebel in the 2500 series, so if you want to get the diesel and you want to have more payload, you've got that as an option. But to get a truck that's got a winch built in, it's got the lift, it's got the tires, it's got the capability and the cool factor all from factory, here it is. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Ram, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.